snow. Figured I'd tap in with a quick live right now. If y'all seen that video I did earlier about the alleged serial killer that was stomped and I believe assaulted with a ballpoint pen, then drug out into the run. He was number 17 this year, y'all. It's getting kind of crucial. Let me share this out. Excuse me. Yeah, it's getting kind of crucial, man. I think the most murders I ever heard of in 1 year inside of Texas prisons is 25, if I ain't mistaken. That was 1985. In 1984, I think there was 24 murders. 1985, 25 murders. And RIP to Mr. Larry, he was actually number 25. We got a story that we did about it. Those years, there were also somewhere around the number of 500, 400 stabbings 1 year. There was like 600 stabbings another year. It was pretty hectic and wild. That's the numbers that I don't have right now. If anybody watches this and they do those freedom of informations or any of that type of stuff, y'all let me know. You know how many actual assaults there's been this year. But I tell you what, a lot of people are being affected because of the lockdown. Shut everything down, and they've been. First, they came out and said it was violence. Then they came out and said it's drug-related violence. And if you know, I did the video about the inmate ODing on fentanyl, so it's kind of a little bit of everything, I guess. But if you've seen the press release that TDC did, they caught, what was it? A bipolar mom and former adult probation officer. I was getting ready to talk about that comment you left me in a minute. That kind of touched me what you said, and I'll get to that. But if you actually seen the press release, man, they got him with like 11 ounces of meth, some type of amphetamine instead of methamphetamine. They caught him with a ounce of liquid PCP, which would be, street value, not too much, but it's worth a ton in there. Caught him with 5 or 6 water bottles full of K2, about 200 cell phones. They caught him with some stuff, but I'm pretty sure that's a fraction of the stuff. You know what I mean? Who knows? But that's about as good as it's gonna get so far. They still have some units to do, but the actual violence, I think, is coming back. It's got a lot to do with the type of drugs that they have in there. The type of drugs in the old days that they were sneaking inside of penitentiaries would be heroin, weed, cocaine, maybe a little bit of meth. That was still, like, depending on what year it was kind of hard to find. And that was about it. Maybe some pills, now they're coming onto this shit, the exact same shit that's stringing out the world and messing up everything out here is basically doing it inside of there. If you don't know the K2 stuff, K2 was started off as a synthetic marijuana, but it quickly developed into more of a synthetic heroin with like a psychedelic side effect to it. It's real crazy. Like the first few times they smoked the K2, they're liable to trip out like they're on LSD. And after they build a little bit of tolerance to it, they start nodding off exactly like heroin. And I actually didn't know this until I was in Nueces County Jail, but here's something that's crazy. You can have the most worst dope sickness from heroin or any type of opiate and smoke a little bit of K2 and it goes away instantly. You know what I mean? But the dope sick off the K2, the heroin addicts said it was worse than heroin. And a lot of them switched to K2 because it was cheaper and ended up going back to heroin because the dope sick was so bad on K2. So it's got a lot to do with those type of drugs. You know what I mean? They're more addictive. They're designer drugs, man-made shit. I was in the feds when the unit would run dry. You would see people ringing around the top run, sweating, like feeling sick, can't eat, can't sleep. You would see the entire prison go through a dope sickness at the same time. And it was crazy. I never expected to see something like that. But the level of addiction inside was through the roof. and I mean through the roof. And it was facilitated so many different ways. Like everybody knows, everything from visitation to crooked guards. They caught a, what do they call him, the chaplain over there in Beaumont bringing shit in, to drone drops, to every type of way that you can think of. It's a system. But you know what? They call that controlled chaos. So that's the thing about it. The warden and them will tell you that they would prefer their prisons to be full of drugs because it gives the inmates something to chase in there and focus on that's not the guards. They're not worried about escaping. They're not worried about doing nothing to them. They're worried about chasing the next high. You know what I mean? That's literally what they're worried about. And the system knows it. It's something that's ran off the books, but I guess a high prison is a peaceful prison. A dry prison is a dangerous prison. We're looking at 17 murders already with 3 months to go. It's pretty serious, but I don't think it's ever gonna stop. You know what I mean? The violence is gonna continue as they keep doing this wild shit. But what I want to know is the people that are caught bringing in the fentanyl, the guards, if they'll actually catch any, are they gonna be treated like actual drug dealers that sell it to somebody? That'll be interesting. It'll be interesting when we see the first correctional officer arrested for providing fentanyl to an inmate. I like to see that. Missed a lot of them comments. I apologize. Bipolar Mom, I want to talk about your comment you left earlier though, because I seen it and it had me thinking when you said that the inmate that killed the serial killer was wrong too, because murder is murder, and I definitely agree with you. You know what I mean? It's totally understandable though how a man that had so many victims, what I think 22 he was charged with, and a lot of possible more. It's totally understandable for their families to be excited about that, to be happy that the man died. You know what I mean? Because now they can close a chapter in their life. What's unfortunate here, and a few people in the comments basically, I don't know how to say it, kind of praising the man. And I don't really have anything bad to say about him for what he did to the serial killer guy. I don't know the circumstances, but that man probably should have been on death row. Absolutely. The unfortunate part, and what I was saying, I hope they take into account to the victim, is now the guy that done it can literally go to death row himself. Like it's not unheard of or even uncommon for one inmate to kill another, and that it be, he be charged. So hopefully that'll be like a mutual combat type of deal, which we have in Texas or something. I don't know, but they also said that he was a murderer too. So I don't want to disrespect whoever that he killed. I didn't want to disrespect that victim's family by making that man to be a hero, if that makes any sense. So I hope I said that right. I don't know if y'all understood what I was saying. Kenny, what's up, man? Go salute. What's everybody got going on tonight? Y'all, this is the open mic, man. I just had a little bit of time. If y'all didn't watch the video that I did earlier, make sure you check it out. I do people that have done prison time talk about prison. I don't know, Diana. I tell people all the time not to do that. Like I don't go around meeting some new person and talking about prison or tell them that I've been arrested or anything like that. You might find it out. Now a lot of times I go places people know about this, but I've said it before more than once. Two people in this world that can't talk about anything else but what they've been through is recovering drug addicts and ex-convicts. You can meet a recovering drug addict and within about 5 minutes, or alcoholic. They'll tell you that they're in recovery. I don't know why. Like it's on their mind so heavy, and I think that's what it is too. But these prison channels, Diana, these prison channels, you know what, they're strange. I guess I'll talk about that a little bit too, because I've watched so many prison channels come up, so many prison channels do their thing. Some of them blow past me, some of them I blew past them, and all of that too. But it comes a point in time with your content to where you build a platform, you can actually reach a lot of people. You can tag anybody in the damn world almost that's a celebrity, anything like that, get people's attention. but almost nobody uses these platforms for anything positive. That's what I don't like. Like majority of people, they'll tell some stories, they'll blow up a little bit. Next thing you know, they're beefing with people. Next thing you know, they're calling out YouTube fights and all this old crazy ass shit when they actually have built platforms that could help people, could push movements, talk about things, keep people informed. And instead, I don't know, a lot of it is just they get goofy. So I really like the channels that stay focused, stay really good, and I guess sometimes I get tired of talking about prison, you know what I mean? And yeah, I've seen Lockdown 23 and 1. That's how I started my channel. I think I told the story. He wouldn't let me on his channel. I actually started the interview with Lockdown 23 and 1 and he turned it off about 5 minutes in. Kind of dissed me, so I said, shit, I'll start my own channel. And man, thank God he done that. When I wanted to go on his channel, there had only been one person from Texas on there, and that was a weak, watered down interview. So I wanted to go on there and do a better one. I was never had any intention of no, I wasn't on Lockdown 23 and 1. That's what I'm saying. I never had any intention of starting a channel. I just wanted to kind of rep for Texas. But since I kind of felt dissed, it was almost like a challenge. So here we go, a few years later. You know what I mean? Now, the biggest channel I think I ever been on, besides my own at the time I went on it, was OG Badger's channel. OG Badger was at OG Badger was at 30,000 subscribers when I was at 2,000, or maybe even, you know what? I might have been like 800 subscribers, and OG Badger was at 30,000, and I was nervous. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking 30,000 people, and then I think my video with Badger ended up being one of his either the top most popular one or the second most popular, but I can't think of anybody's big channel I've been on before. Miss T, what's up? Salute to Canada. Yeah, Dr. Larry was on there. Hell yeah. I'm the one that told him to go there. And the time when I was trying to get on there, I was pushing for both of us actually. I wanted us both. Me and Mr. Larry were doing this together when we started, so I was trying to get us both on there. It's no big deal. Everything for a reason. Like I said, I never would have started this platform. There never would have been anybody that I'm not an advocate or anything like that, but I do push for what do you say, human rights, basic human rights for inmates. I would like to see people get paid for their forced labor. I would like to see uh, fucking not deadly conditions inside, a little bit better meals. These men are required to get a certain calorie intake every day that they're not getting. You call and complain and they say they are, you know what I mean? So I mean it's a lot of stuff. It's real hard to keep up with everything, but I keep on the same mission. Really try to tell these kids it's not the life they want, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, the air conditioned prisons, they say they don't care because people have always lived in Texas without air conditioning in the old days, but at the same time they'll tell you there's global warming and there's no way to, get no way for relief, I guess you would say. In the free world, you go outside and sit under a shade tree, and there you just can't do it. So it is actually deadly. B. Arthur, what's your thoughts on dating a prisoner? It'd be a boring date. I guess you'd be by yourself writing a letter, eating a steak, or what? I don't know. I actually have a cousin that's locked up that somebody needs comments right here actually has a relationship with. You know what I mean? It's real cool. It's beneficial to them both, and it's not easy for either one of them. He's crazy as hell, and she don't understand it's kind of crazy. But I've known him my whole life, and I don't understand it's kind of crazy. You don't even understand mine. But everybody needs somebody to talk to. You know what I mean? Like for real, an inmate does need a friend. But if you feel anything foul coming from them, or vibes coming from them, or trying to use you, then yeah, you got to get away. Drina's Haven, salute, Drina. Tell Dirty Weather I said hi. I hope everything's going good, man. Friend from California right there. Michael Westerman, I appreciate that, man. There's some Westermans down here in Texas City I've known for many, many years. Oh, y'all seen them TikTok videos? I wasn't gonna talk about it, but TDC seen them too. Hell yeah, they feed that bad. Absolutely, man. During this lockdown, when they're short staffed and all that shit, they feed you them funky ass Johnny Sacks, man. It'll be a boiled egg from who knows what day. The peanut butter and jelly, they stir it together. Like you'll have a square piece of bread and maybe like a 50-cent piece of that bullshit right there in the middle. You know what I mean? In that you might have like some prunes. Matter of fact, that's what the Johnny Sacks was. You either gonna get in your Johnny Sack basically all the time, fucking that peanut butter and jelly shit. It's like the concoction, hard bread, some prunes, and an egg. The next one for dinner, you might get a hamburger patty, two pieces of bread, and some prunes. For breakfast, might just be two pieces of bread and some fucking prunes. One thing about it in a lockdown, man, I don't know where they get all them fucking prunes from, but I guarantee you that water bill's high. Everybody's taking a shit all the time. JD, salute, man. Yeah, Miss T, I mean, that happens too. Sometimes the free world women are conning the men. You know what I mean? I've seen women writing inmates for green cards, shit like that. It's probably a good idea. Like if I was if I was in another country and I'm Bobby, what's up, man? If I was in another country, shit, I might marry an inmate too to get over here. Well, man, I'm trying to get a little bit, man, a little bit better, dog. Congratulations on your channel growth. I seen about your daughter. I hope everything's okay. You know, we don't need no details or do any praying, man, but if y'all are some praying people, my friend right there, he's got a channel too. He's concrete mafia right there. But yeah, his daughter's been sick, so we've been praying for her. What, Rosharon, what is it? Is it in Darrington? Is that Darrington right there, medium custody? Shit, it's gonna be rock and roll. Just tell him, you know, just like anywhere else, don't lie and don't let anybody call you out of your name. You know, that's it. You'll be all right. And yeah, hey, you know what? My daughter is actually doing okay, man. She's tough. It's gonna be 3 weeks Sunday since she broke her arm. But I'll tell you what, she said, Daddy, I'll never jump on the couch again. So she literally had to learn her lesson the hard way. What I can't wait to see is when her arm is better, if she jumps on that couch again. That's what I want to know. Wayne, you know what? I've never been on Conley, but it's got a hell of a reputation for being tough. That's for sure. One of my friends from here, from Lamarck, he was smoking PCP back in the day and robbed the little clerk at the gas station right there by the little hotel he was selling dope out of. Took the clerk to his house, robbed him, and then made him go to the ATM, shot him in the back of the head, left him in a ditch. He went to Conley almost immediately and got charged up over there for extorting inmates. Like he knew he was doing. He had life without parole, so he knew he wasn't gonna have any commissary money or anything. He just went in there like trying to guerrilla people, and they just started dropping kites on him. He was in Ag Sig. He got to Ed Sig. He started acting crazier and crazier. But yeah, Conley is a real convict place. Yeah, Artie, man. Yeah, she's feeling better. She is, man. It's just my daughter's real active, real busy. She likes to run around, have fun, play. We go to the park all the time. We go to Jumping World. You know, we do something almost every day. So this is kind of killing her. She's bored to death, if you want to know the truth. Every day she's still asking Daddy, what we gonna do today? And I'm kind of like, nothing. I don't want to get hurt though. You know what? Actually, this morning we were coming outside and I was taking her to school. And I don't, this is, it's my fault, but it didn't. I know I'm supposed to grab, I got a little extra phone and she wears some headphones. I let her watch her TV on the way to school. But she's bad about watching her TV instead of where she's walking. And I'll be damned if she didn't go rolling down the stairs. There's like a little three stairs right on the porch. She comes head first down it. I thought she hit her arm. You know, I don't want to like re-breaking it while it's still healing. I'm not even sure 3 weeks, like if it's growing back yet. I need to Google that. But anyway, Gave Daddy the scare of his life this morning. All I did was skin her knee up. She got lucky. Yeah, about the JPay thing, I did see on Facebook in one of the groups that some people were having a problem. There were some people having problems, but I think it's might have been actually fixed. I'm not sure. Yeah, hey Garrett, Harris County is raw because Harris County itself is raw, man. You're gonna be in there with cats from Fifth Ward, Third Ward, Sunnyside, Yellowstone, City Gas, man. You're gonna be in there with some hardcore dudes, man. Like guys have been fighting from the day they was born. Real poverty, real hustlers, real gangsters. When I went to Harris County, there was a guy that actually he was in a holding cell with me and stuff. We was processing through the different little tanks together and everything. We were talking the whole time. I didn't think nothing of it. He seemed pretty cool. And then when we go to do our, I think it's an arraignment or whatever, when you sit in a little courtroom, they have a big screen TV and the judge comes on. He talks to you. And man, this dude had just went on like this giant high speed chase where he was. It's been so long. He was trying to like shoot his girlfriend at the apartment. The maintenance man tried to stop him. He either shot at the maintenance man or shot him. Ran from the cops, shooting at him and shit. It was real crazy. All right, I'm thinking, damn, this fool here had an episode. Then I'm looking over. This next guy is like a traffic warrant or some crazy shit. It was like no rhyme or reason. You know what I mean? Murderers, petty people. Then when we went to Harris County, when we went upstairs, they were still bringing in weekend prisoners, which was the craziest thing ever. They would have weekend prisoners coming there with people that ain't even making bond. So back then, you could still wear your shoes, and every weekend they were coming back home with the inmate shoes, and inmates was keeping theirs. What are you talking about? Luke, which one is your group? I'm not even sure which one is your group. And it's cool. Shit, I don't care. Uh, One of the funniest things in the world is Facebook groups, man. And this doesn't specifically speak to you, but I've noticed a trend where people create Facebook groups, promote the group only so they can enforce rules. I'm like, man, what the kind of wannabe ass, rent a cop ass shit is this? Where you create a group, presence and place for people to be, communicate, share ideas, and then regulate the shit out of it. So I actually have my own group where there's John, true crime group. You know what? That's a badass group. Is that you? I'll be down. Yeah, you post a lot of cool shit. I haven't even seen an alert from that in a minute, man. I actually enjoy your group. That's why I'm over here talking shit. But I have one called Texas Prison Stories. So if y'all on Facebook, just type in Texas Prison Stories, select on the groups, and send a request. And in mine, I mean, I know most of the people. Some of the people I don't. I've actually got to know them through Facebook and stuff like that. And it's okay, Luke. Don't even worry about it. I know exactly what you're talking about. When you say that, I know what you're talking about, and it's fine, brother. I'm growing every day without even doing a lot of content. This channel's growing. You know what I mean? So it's cool. I love tacos. Man, that's my soul brother right there. We related. I know I love tacos. JD, look, you see that? What's that say? Man, he'll be home next year. He got look, he got denied parole, but he discharges next year. So it'll be cool. We'll be back knocking out some more content. I'm gonna have to take old Saucy D and teach him how to drive trucks, man. That's what I'm gonna really have to do. That's truck driving is something like a godsend and a savior for convicts. You know it? Because a lot of convicts, I guess they're used to taking the easy way, I should say. A lot of them sold drugs, stole shit like that. And you can always convince them into, you can get in this truck and just drive around, no work involved, and come on and try it. And they want to do it. You don't tell them about all the stress dealing with the traffic, about having to be places in a hurry, breakdowns, flat tires. You let them find that out the easy way, the hard way. I'm sorry, but truck driving has always kind of been a way to save a lot of guys. And you won't always be with the best company. You won't be with a nationwide company, but you can always find a man that owns five, six, seven, 10 trucks that needs somebody, and they'll give you a chance. It's like anything else. Sometimes you have to start at the bottom. That's what a lot of grown men don't like to do. But if you're willing to start at the bottom, that's the way for you. Mr. Mud, sometimes yeah, but no, not really. Most of the shorts that I see people uploading in the prisons content is shit they stole. Like it'll be like a TikTok video or something they get off Instagram. And I've seen some of them hit millions of views, but nah, I haven't. I'm not into like skits and comedy. You know that I don't like making jokes of this shit. I don't like making a light of it, none of that, because it ain't shit funny about it. But I have some videos that could be actual shorts and probably get that. But you know what? The last time I uploaded a short, it was some people that were fighting. It was like a cell fight. Wasn't brutal, wasn't bloody or anything. And man, they hit my channel for that shit. That was a real life strike. They said I was promoting violence. And it was crazy is there's a million of them worse than what I uploaded, but they knocked me, so I don't know what was going on. Renegade Media, no sir, I never checked it out. I think I seen Rascal. Shout out to Rascal. I just talked to him on the phone from the Homie Hangout. If y'all not subscribed to the Homie Hangout, he's one of the few channels that I still watch. Still watch Blood on the Razor Wire sometimes when I can. Shout out to Chad. But other than that, man, there's not too many channels that I still watch. Stories written by current prisoners, still listen to it while I'm at work a lot of times. But I don't know. What do y'all think about these prison channels? Are they burning out? Like there's so many new ones. Is there room for everybody? Is everybody gonna grow? Is everybody gonna fall off? I mean, what do y'all think is gonna happen? Tell me why I can see your comments. Thomas Walsh, that's what I did that video earlier. Uh Clinton Young is on my Facebook, believe it or not. We know who each other are. And he does have a hell of a story. You know what? At first, man, OG Percy, man, my feelings have been all over the map about him. But in all reality, he's just doing him, man. You know what I mean? Like Percy ain't hurting nobody, I guess. But he's not my style. You know what I mean? Like I won't say Percy got stories that glamorize prison, and he's got stories that make you think. Put it like that. And I like the ones that make you think. Can't stand the ones that seem like they glamorize it. You know what I mean? I came on here, started my channel telling losing stories on purpose because I didn't want that shit to look cool, and I still stick by that. You know what I mean? Like I gotta, Bobby, you're always asking me, am I gonna do any more stories? And man, I do have a lot of more stories, but you know what? If I tell them out of those stories, they'll probably make us look bad. People probably like, what, why would they do that? Because they don't understand the actual mentality of prison, dog eat dog, us against them. You know what I mean? I told a story about how we all played a trick on the AB dude and beat him out his money. And you know what? I thought that was gonna show people shit. It's a mind game in prison more than anything, and it's a fucked up world. Instead, I got all these comments going, "Damn, Snow, I thought you was better than that. I thought you was realer than that." Well, fuck, what you mean? Just know that I was trying to survive and do the best for me. That's how it goes, So I might get into something like that, Bobby. I might, but I don't know, man. It's kind of iffy. Yeah, now seeing what you said, it's pure the people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pure the people's choice, man. Like If if you, there are people right now. I watched a guy who I ain't gonna say his name. 75,000 subscribers. Been in a magazine. Been beefing with people. I looked at his views yesterday. They're low as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people will knock out a couple videos that'll gain them a lot of subscribers, and then their views will be low because people aren't really into what they do every day, all day. You know what I mean? And that can be a mind fuck for you too if you're the content creator. But you should ask yourself, why did these people subscribe, and give them what they want instead of giving them what you want them to have? You know what I mean? And that's something important what I just said right there. Y'all can think about. You know what? No, I remember, man. You one of my first subscribers. You've been talking about your brother on Cofield for a long time, man. Hope he's doing all right. Have you talked to him? Yeah. Current county stories. I don't want to be the spectacle. You know what I mean? I could be the clown in the circus if I wanted to. I could probably be way above where I'm at, but that's not important to me. At a lot less subscribers than I have now, my message was already reaching everywhere I needed it to reach. You know, the people that are interested to hear this, they find it. The people that need to hear it, listen to it. And when we talk about somebody, they get the message. You know what I mean? And that's the main important part. So I appreciate everybody that actually watches. We got 70 people in here right now. If y'all don't mind, tap that thumbs up for me one time. Y'all know I don't like asking that. I don't like saying that subscribe, but if y'all could just help me get that thumbs up right now, that'd be kind of cool. JoJo, what's up, man? One of my first subscribers ever. KCS, literally one of the first subscribers ever. Grub Mud, you kill it on this short game, man. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, my friend, shout out to my friend Mike. He's got a daughter named Houston Rose. If y'all want to see a channel killing it on the shorts, Houston Rose is doing it. He spelled his name Houston with a Y, and it's Houston Rose, two words. This is what's crazy. Saucy D has Della Rose. I got Ella Rose, and Mike's got Houston Rose. Y'all can believe that. But Houston Rose is like a damn star. She's going viral. She signed deals now, sponsorships. I think she just signed some type of reality TV show type deal and all this. So it's cool, man. I'm so happy to see it. Believe it or not, her dad sent me a screenshot of her YouTube analytics, and they were unbelievable. It was something like 250,000 views in 48 hours or something like that. Right? Free to smash that thumbs up. You ain't lying, Brad. Diana, you know what? Things in life break you down or they build you up. And sometimes it's like lifting weights. You have to break it down to build it up. You know what I mean? It builds character. I said it too a million times. Like nobody can expect a sorry man to go in prison and come out just this hella great man. You know what I mean? Or a great man ain't gonna go in prison and come out just a piece of trash. Like you're gonna be the person you're gonna be no matter what. You know what I mean? Like that's facts. And I just started another TikTok. I think it's Tim Snow 409 with no gaps is it. But yeah, you're gonna be the man you're gonna be, you know, based on growing up, based on experiences. But there are a lot of times where men mature in there, even grown men like myself, man, this last little time and popping out and having a kid, I thought I had my hands wrapped around life's throat, man. I was like doing really good. I was having money. I was driving trucks, 401k, you know, going out of town, doing my shit I shouldn't have been doing, all that type of stuff. But it took that last trip to the feds to break me down, come back out broke as hell, you know, with a broken shoulder. I couldn't lift weights. I could barely even pick up a coffee cup. It was pretty bad, you know what I mean? But it took all that to teach me a lesson. But do I feel like a totally different person or anything? I don't. You know, the same Tim they knew when I was 20 years old. I'm the same Tim right now, but I've just learned a lot. You know, I learned a lot of lessons, and I try like hell to remember them. Yeah, that's it, man. If it make you or break you, and hope like hell it makes you, But somebody said something about dating a prisoner earlier. In all reality, I'm not going to say don't do it because that'd be a hater move. There's a lot of good men in there, but you gotta, I guess, base that on, like, man, look at their crime. It's like, no, I don't recommend you write any child molester, any rapist, any man that killed a little old lady. I don't recommend you write somebody that did some shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm saying there's even a reputable crime or a respectable crime, but you definitely don't want to be writing and starting a relationship with somebody who's likely to hurt you physically when they get out and shit like that. You know what I mean? But I know there's a lot of lonely people out here that live alone, shit like that, that just need somebody to talk to. And finding a prisoner is probably not a bad idea for that. I never took any classes in prison other than the mandatory shit when you get out. That was it. Thank you, JoJo. I appreciate you always being here, my brother, for real. But yeah, they make you take changes and what was another one? Cognitive intervention or some little bullshit classes that you take. Wyndham School District like took those, but nah, I didn't give a damn really. Now in the feds, the federal halfway house is when I took the welding course in the welding school. And yes, that was actually really good for me because I didn't have any intention of being a welder or anything like that. But it it gave me a good coming from this criminal mind and prison setting into a halfway house that was basically the exact same thing, full of the same people. A lot of them going back to the same old shit. It gave me something to wake up to every single day. You know what I mean? Like some of these guys are waking up going to. We had a guy that was in the halfway house with us, just to give you an example, that was robbing banks during the daytime, had a job, would leave his job, rob a bank, and come back to his job. He had the money stashed up in the roof of the halfway house. You know what I mean? There was other type of cats doing a lot of shit. So what that did was give me something positive to focus on. You know what I mean? Instead of Tony Snow, salute my brother. Instead of leaving out trying to think of destruction and how to hit this lick or whatever, man, I was in that halfway house, the brokest I've ever been in my fucking life. I mean, didn't even have vending machine money. The people that it was called Serve Jobs for Progress, a government program. It was me and my buddy Jeff. Jeff was a white paisa. I need to do a video on Jeff. That was the only white paisa I ever heard of. And me and Jeff, he had just did like 23 years with no family left. And myself, we were getting little bus tokens, bus cards or whatever from them people. When you leave the halfway house, they give you a little Johnny Sack, little bullshit lunch. We were taking that, eating that. Like it was kind of rough. You know what I mean? I did have a friend that would come see me, bring some food every now and then, stuff like that. But it wasn't an everyday thing. It was probably like a once every couple week thing. And then on Sundays, my dad would come get me for a little 4 hour pass or whatever. But I mean that school, yeah, it did me some real good just by keeping my mind focused on, hey, you're back in the world now. Get it right. Oh yeah, yeah, Luke. Hell yeah, they drug test like crazy. Randoms. It's once a week, and then randoms. So yeah, they definitely do. And they were sending people back. You know, the halfway house was a whole experience, though. Like I really have to talk about it. That's why I say that the welding school saved me because before the school started, man, we were breaking out at night, if you can believe that, like jumping the fence, man, doing crazy shit because we were still in that convict mind. You know what I mean? And then when that school started, it's kind of when I seen it's kind of the beginning of me seeing the light, I guess. Getting back into like real life mode, and then immediately leaving the halfway house. I got my daughter's mom pregnant like within 2 or 3 days, if you can believe that. So man, I don't know. It all happened at one time for me, and I'm glad it did. Yeah, changes is changes doesn't last long enough, and it shouldn't be mandatory. because if you take somebody that doesn't want to listen, you put them in an environment with people that are actually interested in changing, listening, pay attention, and participating, it kills the vibe. You know what I mean? So meat cutting class, yeah, that's cool. One of my friends, Big Tree, was the butcher, and boy, that was a good job, man. Real good job. Yeah, Texas does have programs now. If you're a DWI offender, a lot of times you'll have to take a DWI course before you can go. Like SPM, if SPM does make parole, he'll actually have to wait to catch chain to, I think it's Hilltop Unit. They have an 18-month sex offender program that he'll have to complete. So I mean, it's stuff like that. But I mean, if you're just cold discharging on your shit and it was nothing like that, like I was in there on an aggravated assault and retaliation, you just do your time and come home. You know what I mean? Oh, Tony Snow, I hate to hear that, man. As we just talked about, they got every drug on the inside. They just released the contraband list that they found. It was PCP, methamphetamines, amphetamines, cocaine, fentanyl, K2. Man, the only thing that I didn't see them having there is acid. And I didn't see any heroin caught. So I'm pretty sure they have that in there too. You know what I mean? It's everything. And the deal is the drugs inside of a prison are going to be the best drugs anywhere because people are not going to take the time, the effort, and take the chance of sneaking in anything bullshit. They can make more money off of that in there than they can on the streets by 1,000 times. So yeah, they bring in the pure uncut stuff is what happens. That's why we see suicides. You got men in there with zero tolerance. I mean, a speck of drugs gets them high. So yeah, I'm real sorry to hear about your brother, man. Mine passed away on Bill Clemens unit, so I know how you feel. That's crazy, man. Yeah, rest in peace to your brother, man. Mine too. Six Prince Story fam, I'm gonna dip out of here, man. Shout out to the Echo. Yeah, I used to love reading the Echo. Believe it or not, I used to like them recipes. They would always have a commissary recipe in there. The Echo was legit, man. Text Prince Story family salute, y'all. I'm gonna tap up out of here. I gotta go get my daughter in bed and do everything else. Much love, y'all. Hit the thumbs up on your way out for me, and check out the video I did earlier about the serial killer that got beat to death in his cell yesterday. So I'll catch y'all later. Much